And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to MBTV Sports for week number 3 here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Tonight we'll be following limited late model driver Matt Larson in the number 8 machine. We'll have interviews with him throughout the evening. Get a good look from FYE TV of all of Matt's racing action on the Cedar Lake Speedway, and a great night of racing action here for week number 3 at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Down here now with Matthew Larson, our featured driver tonight here on MBTV Sports. Matthew, it's a long week of preparation. Kind of what goes into your day-to-day during the week outside of the race car?
Just a lot of just hanging out at the shop. I'm kind of there more than I really am anywhere. No, just hanging out with my dad and all the guys at the shop today. Woke up early, got my stuff ready to go. Had a few mishaps at Mississippi Thunder on Thursday, and hopefully we can get those fixed and be better tonight.
You know, you talk about your dad. Your dad's got about 1.5 billion laps around here, and especially now the last few years traveling up and down the road around the country. How much help does that provide you?
Oh, definitely a lot. I mean, I'm learning a lot from him, and we bounce ideas off each other all day, and our minds never stop thinking about racing, and we're always right here and ready to go with anything at the given time, and we're always updating each other on track conditions, where we're at, and just trying to help each other be the best we can be, and that really definitely has propelled my racing this year to be as good a start as I can get right now.
You know, you guys have had a great start to the season so far. How high is your confidence after a few wins here?
It's pretty high. I would say that, expectations, I don't really have them. I mean, you can expect to have a good night and just things don't fall your way, and sometimes you can't do anything about it. And, confidence coming into it is definitely high. My car's good, and I feel like I'm in a comfortable spot right now. I just got to get myself a little bit better, and maybe I can go win a few more this year here.
You know, the big thing of this sport, this stuff ain't free. What makes it possible for you guys?
My grandpa, obviously. I mean, he helps me out so much, and Hanco, Motul, Victory Home Team, BA Roofing, Tucker John Motorsports, Trent Kahn. He's one of my good buddies, and just everyone who gets this thing on the track and who helps me out. I mean, I couldn't be more thankful for all of them.
Now we'll shift to a little bit of tonight's racing. You haven't drawn yet. Are you usually a front of the pack drawer or a rear of the pack drawer?
Man, it's so tough to say. It really depends who draws for me, I feel like. I have some really bad luck with drawing for myself, but it seems like when I draw for someone else, I just draw the numbers I want for myself most of the time. So I tend to get asked a lot to draw for other people, and no, I usually draw towards middle backpack, and the nights where I draw in the front, I usually have a pretty good night, and hopefully tonight we can start up front in a heat race and capitalize on it. I'm thinking it might be pretty quick tonight just because of the overcast condition and the rain we got the past few days, and hopefully that will be good for me. I can start up front if I can draw well.
You know, rolling out for hot laps, are you a guy that pays more attention to the track or tries to pay a little bit more attention to kind of what you've got underneath you?
A little bit of both. Definitely the track matters. If the track isn't there for hot laps, you don't really know a lot of what you got underneath you, but at the same time, you can learn a lot from just going out and trying to understand where the track is going to be and how it's going to evolve, and you can kind of almost see it a little bit in hot laps sometimes, just the track evolving and just those few laps you get. And, you know, my car is where I like it right now to start the night, and we're going to start where we usually do and kind of just see how the rest of the night evolves from here.
What's the notebook look like with a little bit of limited time in this limited late model?
It's pretty big still. No, the knowledge of my dad and all the guys that got around me and just all the guys that helped me out. I mean, I have so much knowledge in my mind too, and I mean, that's really what matters the most. I feel like my year's been so successful because I've had a lot of good starting positions, but I've also had a lot of help getting the car right, and whenever it's not right, I can usually talk it out and come to a solution, whether it's myself or with my dad or a few other guys. I mean, there's always options out here for me to get better.
One last one before we let you go up there and draw. Is there a story behind the piss missile sticker?
So this was my dad's car, and when he built this in our old shop, the bathroom to our old shop wasn't connected to the shop. So it was like you had to walk through a few doors and you'd finally get there. Well, they had blocked those doors off for a few days, and he was working on it. He told me that he was going to finish everything that on the last day of working on it, and he had to go to the bathroom really bad, so he ran around the building, and well, I don't think he made it in time. So that's the story of the piss missile. So
good luck going forward.
Thank you.
The Piss Missile and Matthew Larson take on Cedar Lake Speedway tonight for Dash Race number 3.
Go ahead. 28.
28. I'll take that.
Down here with Matthew Larson after hot laps and right before heat racing action. Matthew, we saw a gear change go on. What was that about?
I mean, the car was really good in hot laps, and I felt like I was hitting my chip just a little too much at the end of the straight and coming into the corner, and I thought maybe I could try to carry a little bit more speed. I think the track's going to be really fast tonight, and maybe even build a pretty big cushion at this point. It seems like it's going to be pretty smooth, though, which is it's really good for how much rain they got this week and really working it in. It seems like it's going to be a really good track surface, and just happy we got to race today.
Where do you guys start?
We start third and second heat, and hopefully that will give me an opportunity to kind of just fall in line for maybe a few laps and try to make some moves towards the end of the heat race and see if we can't pick up another heat race win this year.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew Larson rolls off in the third spot in heat race number 2 for the limited late models.
Third. Okay. I have Friezel in front of me and that flatter guy on the outside of him. hit the chip a little too much, so I figured if I hit the chip a little bit less, it's going to get tighter still to going faster.
I'll carry you into the corner.
Yeah, I know, but I figured if I hit the chip a little bit, well, I figured I'm hitting the chip and it's getting me loaded on my front end. But it was hitting so much that it was like the whole entire car dropped.
I think you just want to keep going.
So I raised my right rear upper half hole and I put one turn into the right rear. That left one.
Left front better?
Like I can physically feel it's better.
It's better? Much, yeah.
Like it's not even close that much better.
Better? Fun.
Second and final heat race for the Moldal USO8 Limited Late Model stage on the back straightaway. Here's the starting lineup. Starting on the pole from Rock Falls, Wisconsin, car number 54, Chad Prizzle. And on the outside, starting second for Fountain City, Wisconsin, the number 39 of Matt Platiter. Inside of row number 2, third position, Lake Elmo, Minnesota's number 8, Matthew Larson. And on the outside, starting fourth from Amory, Wisconsin, the 5B of Derek Bird. Starting fifth from Richmond, Wisconsin, the 99F of Mitch Fensky. And starting sixth from Barron, Wisconsin, the 67 of Josh Back. Starting 7th tonight, Lake Elmo, Minnesota's D1, Dennis Larson. And starting 8th from Hermantown, Minnesota, the 44, Cade Nelson. 9th and final car from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, making his 2024 Cedar Lake Speedway debut tonight, car number 17 of Chase Swearman. So 9 cars scheduled for this second heat race. We'll go 8 laps the distance, everyone into the mix show tonight. Chad Prizzle and Matt Platiter from the front row bring the field to the green flag. Prizzle works the bottom, has a good run down the back chute. Separates himself by 5 car lengths from the 39 of Platiter, and now Platiter returns the favor, closes it right back in. Lap number 1 in the books, again still in the 14-second bracket, but only man to turn a 14-second lap so far is your race leader, Chad Prizzle. 39 of Platiter now spinning out in turns 3 and 4, facing the other way. Caution flag waves for the first time tonight. Caution flag waves on Fountain City, Wisconsin's 39, Matt Platiter, spinning the other way around in turns 3 and 4. Matt Platiter was running in the second spot, momentarily challenged Chad Prizzle for the top position in the first couple corners in that first lap. Looks like he will go back into the pit area, so that will be 8 cars now remaining on the speedway. That moves now car number 8 of Matthew Larson into the second spot. Looks like he chooses the outside row. If you are a new visitor at the Cedar Lake Speedway, rules and regulations look like this. For 2024, if there is a caution, the previous race leader has the front row all to his lonesome and second place on back. Second place determines the top or the bottom for that second row. Looks like another car exited the speedway. That was the 5B of Derek Burke. So we'll go with 7 cars now as we come back to a restart with 1 lap in the books and 7 laps remaining. Prizzle works the middle side of the speedway. Matthew Larson right to the outside. Mitch Fensky in that third position. Nelson in fourth. Matthew Larson has a good run, really smooth through the middle of turns 3 and 4, cuts it down just a little bit, slightly, out of corner number 4. Lap number 2 goes to Chad Prizzle. Matthew Larson staying right there, though, with your race leader. He closes in just a little bit into turns 3 and 4. Now Nelson into the third spot. He surpasses Mitch Fensky's number 99F. Cross flags, 4 in the books, 4 remaining. Prizzle trying to hold on to the top spot. Matthew Larson is a little bit quicker. Last time he had a 14.390 over the Chad Prizzle's 54 at a 14.545. He is catching up to the 54 machine. Has a good run now. Might take the race lead. He does out of corner number 2. Down the back chute, Matthew Larson, now your new race leader. Chad Prizzle falls back to second, trying to take it right back on the inside. Matthew Larson, though, hugs the bottom and guards the bottom line of the speedway. 2 more laps remaining. Nelson in third, Fensky in fourth, and then Josh Back, who is making his 2024 appearance here for the first time this year, in that 5th position. White flag, one more trip around Cedar Lake Speedway for the number 8 of Matthew Larson, who last time turned a 13.883, the only man in the 13-second bracket here so far tonight. Checkered flag waves. It's the number 8 of Matthew Larson, who takes home the second heat race win. Chad Prizzle comes home second. Nelson in third, Fensky fourth, and then Back will complete your top 5. Unofficially, your top 5 looks like this. Matthew Larson takes home heat race number 2. Coming home second, it is Chad Prizzle. In third, Cade Nelson. Fourth, Mitch Fensky, and Josh Back will complete your top 5.
Just FYI, looks like we got the 50-50 people going through the front stretch stands. 50-50 wearing a yellow shirt. That's going to be a cold night here unless he gets a jacket on. 50-50 is being sold right now on the front stretch. They'll be making their way around the entire racetrack. Cale, down to you again for your interview.
Thank you, Brad, and we're going to get the headset on Matthew Larson. Matthew, not only did you have the fastest lap time in that heat race, but fastest time overall tonight, now dipping in the 13-second bracket. This track is quick.
Yeah, man, this place is really fast right now. I kind of expected that coming into today. I made a small gear change before I went out. I think it was the right move, and made a few other small changes, and the car felt really, really good, and I couldn't be any happier with how it is right now. Made a few small mistakes, but I'll work those out for the future.
Right there with you as far as expectations go. Certainly with those clouds over the sky, not much sun, and a lot of the rain in the surface, it certainly makes up a fast racetrack.
It does. I think it will slick up, actually. It looks like it's really smooth, and that bottom looks a little wet, but it's really not. It's more or less a little bit crummy. It's not really wet, and the top's pretty good right now. Bottom's pretty good. It's kind of just be wherever you need to be to get around here.
Congratulations, sir. We look forward to seeing you later tonight.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, race fans. Matthew Larson, number 8.
Once they got warmed up, I warmed them up a bunch under that caution.
Yeah.
And once I warmed them up, I was right there.
Awesome. You did a great job, kiddo.
I was the only car to go into the 13s in the heat races.
So what did you draw?
3.
Woo!
Well, that was the last thing left. I just told him I know there's one left. Just tell me what it is. And he showed me 3.
Scratch. How can you even see?
I can. I'm getting new lenses soon.
Are ya?
New pair soon too. I'm getting a new pair and another thing.
All right, down here with Matthew Larson after heat racing action. Matthew, it took you a few laps, but you found the top and it looked like it was smooth for you.
Yeah, it was really good. I definitely made the right choice in that gear change, and a few small things kind of went my way. Had a little moment with that 39 spin in front of me, and I luckily saw it happen and just got around it and didn't get collected, and just was kind of trying to do whatever I could to get past Chad, and I finally kind of found my groove, and once I got kind of next to him, he kind of crowded me a few times in the straightaway and kind of made me back out, and a few times in 3 and 4, but I think I finally got a run on him and kind of showed my nose to him a little bit, and he started giving me the straightaway, and I just kind of made my move and took off with it.
What'd you redraw for the feature?
I redrew a 3.
What's the rest of the night here kind of look like in between the heat and the feature?
Grind tires, get fuel in the car, just kind of keep an eye on the track, make sure that the car is going to be right for the feature. I think it's either going to slick off or it's going to get really fast. and we'll kind of see what happens with that.
How do you kind of stay out of your own head without playing mind games on yourself on changing too much?
Just a lot of just keep your eyes on the track and try not to change anything until you really know what's going to happen. And I think my car is really good. I mean, I want a few small changes. I think I can get a little bit better, but we're in a really good place right now.
Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew Larson starts third in tonight's USRA late model feature.
When you need to ship it from anywhere to anywhere.
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
The company that actually cares about the American small business owner.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code SHIPIT and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
And now down here with the original bomber, that's the B1 bomber, Brent Larson. Brent, how nice is it to have a little bit of an off weekend, get to come watch Dad and your son race?
It's always a good time when we get to come hang out with them. And Matthew's kind of the future of our sport, and so trying to sew into him. And I got to be out doing what I do, keep up with everything in the rest of the world. And we love doing what we do, but anytime I can come here and sew into him, that's good.
How big a help is Matthew week to week in the shop for you guys?
He's been coming around a lot the last several months. He is a typical teenager for a while, but he's been showing up and putting in the hours. He's there 7 days a week and putting in the time lately and learning a lot. And he's really taken interest in the work part of it, which is what you need to do to be successful.
How big is that work into knowing the car each and every week?
I think you want it to be like your girlfriend or wife. I mean, you just want to know every aspect of it and every last little piece and what's going on, and you just got to dream it and think it and be one with it all the time. So the more you're around it, the better it is.
And how big is your notebook benefiting him? Now, you've got 1.5 billion laps around here, it seems like. How big a help are you to him with just track conditions alone that you've seen?
I think a lot of it transfers over. There's a lot of things they can't do with their shocks and springs that we can, but we can still kind of use the same principles and ideas, and I try and work with him a lot on his driving and his feet, the way he's working his feet together with the steering, and I've just been trying to coach him and teach him as much as I can.
Now let's take a step away from the racetrack. How's business going? What do you guys do with your business? How can people reach out to you guys?
Well, pretty much we just race for the most part. I don't do a whole lot of business really. We do some wheel covers and some air cleaner bases. That's about all we do besides racing. With the 3 cars and us being gone all the time, it's pretty much a full-time deal. And so if anybody wants any air cleaners or wheel covers, they can find me on Facebook, but that's about it.
Now where can we watch you next?
We'll be at Mississippi Thunder this coming weekend, so looking forward to being close to home. I got some practice laps in the other night. And the track is awesome over there, so I'm really looking forward to racing over there for 3 nights this coming weekend.
Now, one last question for you. How fun is it to watch Dad go around now?
Oh, it's a good time. He's having fun, and he gets to get out and enjoy it and be part of everything we're doing and, be on the track with his grandson, so it's pretty cool.
And there you have it. Brent Larson down here in the pit area helping out Dad and son at Cedar Lake Speedway. Alrighty, down here once again with Matthew Larson. Right before feature racing action, Matthew, of third starting spot, got to be encouraging to start the feature.
Yeah, it is. I think it might be a little difficult to pass. We just got to get our car right, and hopefully we can move forward in the feature. And I think our stuff's going to be really, really good, and I have a strong feeling that we'll come out of this pretty well as long as I can just keep the car in one piece with the way the track is right now on the top.
You just said you had to do some quick work without giving away too many speed secrets. What are you guys looking to do?
My steering wheel is just a little bit off. We did some work this morning, and just my steering's a little bit off. We're going to fix that, and then we just got a few other little things on the rear end to just kind of tweak on a little bit and just get a little bit closer. to what we think the track is going to be, and hopefully whenever we get up into lap traffic, be able to navigate that a little bit better than everybody else to hopefully just be able to get through it and, hopefully be able to help us get through it faster and just help myself and help everybody get through it a little bit when they're around them. It's a little difficult to get through them sometimes, and you don't want to race them dirty, but you kind of have to sometimes with how some of these guys drive and with the leaders.
You ready to call number 3?
Not yet. I'm a little bit perplexed on this thing. It's a little weird to me. I'm not usually a guy on the top, and this is one of those deals where you kind of had to be on the top, so it's a little bit odd to me, and I'm sure I'll figure it out, but I just got to take a little bit of time and get used to it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew Larson rolls off 3rd for tonight's USRA late model feature.
Starters look like this, starting outside row number 5 in the 10th position. From Barron, Wisconsin, the number 67 of Josh Back. And on the inside, starting 9th from Glenwood City, Wisconsin, the 007, Jess Syme. Outside row number 4, your 8th spot from Rock Falls, Wisconsin, the 54, Chad Prizzle. And on the inside, starting 7th from Jim Falls, Wisconsin, the 52, Jason McFadden. Outside row number 3, your 6th spot from Menominee, Wisconsin, it's the 77, Ryan Howie, and on the inside from Rice Lake, Wisconsin, the 19, Josh Wallstrom. Outside of row number 2, your top 2 rows look like this. Starting 4th tonight from Hermantown, Minnesota, the 44, Cale Anderson, and on the inside from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the number 8, Matthew Larson. Front row for tonight's second feature of the evening looks like this. On the outside from Elmo, Wisconsin, it's the 208 of Corey Ressi, and on the inside, starting on the pole from New Richmond, Wisconsin, it's the 99, Mitchell Fensky. 18 cars, 20 times around the Cedar Lake Speedway, making up our second feature of the night for the Modal USRA Limited Late Models for Dash Race number 3. Amory Chevrolet certified pace truck comes across the front stretch, leads the 18 cars to the green flag the next time by. It's Mitchell Fensky and Corey Ressi from row number 1, Matthew Larson and Kate Nelson in row 2, Josh Wolfstrom and Ryan Howie in row 3, Jason McFadden and Chad Prizzle in row 4, Jess Simon, Josh Back in row number 5, Patrick Kolechka and Dennis Larson in row number 6, Larry Fitzsimmons and Jad Dawson in row 7, Matt Petiter, Lucas Peterson, Derek Berg, and Chase Swerman will complete the 18-car field as we get set for feature number 2. Fensky works the bottom side of the speedway, Ressi right around the outside of Matthew Larson, who tries to take a peek to the inside. Nelson on the top side. Everyone successfully through the first lap, and it goes to the 99F of Mitchell Fensky as Ressi works the top side. Matthew Larson right underneath him, trying to make it a 3-car sandwich. Ressi now has the race lead for Mitchell Fensky, and now Matthew Larson takes over the second spot. Almost, maybe not quite yet, as Mitch Fensky turns it right back underneath as Kate Nelson works the top side and takes over second across the front stretch. Kate Nelson now up into second. Matthew Larson now jumps to third, challenging Nelson for more into turns 3 and 4. Fensky falls back into fourth. The 77 of Ryan Howie in that fifth spot, falling back to the 99F of Mitchell Fensky. The 208 Rasky all over the place in turns 1 and 2, and that gives Larson the opportunity to sneak underneath. Battles for position all throughout the middle of the pack. Fantastic racing going on here in our second feature of the evening. Kate Nelson now stretches the lead up to last time nearly a full second over the 8 of Matthew Larson, 0.720 seconds that last time by. As this lap, it is now 0.978 seconds, 0.2 of a second quicker now as we make our way into lap number 5 of 20, a quarter of the way through this race already in our Modal USRA Limited Late Model A feature event. Matthew Larson tries a slide job underneath the 44 Nelson in turns 1 and 2, takes the race lead momentarily, and now Kate Nelson turns it right back underneath him. Sparks flying for the number 8 of Matthew Larson. Works the top side, now cuts it down on the bottom, has a lot of grip down there, takes the race lead from Kate Nelson on lap number 7 and 20. Kate Nelson now falls back to second. Matthew Larson and Kate Nelson putting a show out in front. Nelson tries a slide job, unsuccessful. Matthew Larson stays with it as he comes across the front stretch. Nearing the halfway point in tonight's Modal USRA Limited Late Model A feature as we see slower lap traffic in the backstretch for your race leaders to contend with. Chad Dawson, the first car to put a lap down, and then the next one will be Chase Swerman on the outside. He puts that car lap down as well. Next will be the 5B of Derek Berg. He puts that car lap down. 3 cars now a lap down for race leaders 1 and 2. Larson and Nelson now have 3 slower cars between themselves and third place running Rissy as he puts now his first slowest car lap down, the 2016 of Chad Dawson. Lap times phenomenal, 14-second laps by your top 3 race leaders here in our feature event. Cars pull into the infield, the 26D of Chad Dawson and the 5B of Derek Berg, your slower cars now in the infield. Matthew Larson and Kate Nelson now struggling through lap traffic. They're all in front of your race leader. Nearly clips Matthew Larson's number 8, the 67 of Josh Back. Matthew Larson's put Josh Back a lap down, and now the D1 of Dennis Larson falls a lap to your race leader. Kate Nelson trying to find a way around the 67 of Back, and Nelson maybe putting 2 slower cars a lap down in 1 quarter. He does as he comes across the front stretch. And now we can see the back bumper of the number 8 of Matthew Larson, who has now a full 1 second advantage over the 44 of Kate Nelson. Next slowest cars on the speedway that will have to be put a lap down is the 42 of Patrick Kolechka and the 007 of Jess Syme, the 65 of Lucas Peterson, the 54 Chad Prizzle, all in front of your race leaders. Very, very interesting here because right in front of your race leader, Patrick Kolechka, taking the line. Kate Nelson works the top side, trying to find a way around the number 8 of Matthew Larson, who is caught the back of the 42 of Kolechka. Kate Nelson, smooth through the corners. He has taken the race lead, cuts it on the bottom to protect the bottom line. Kate Nelson now your new race leader with 3 laps remaining. Matthew Larson trying to find a way. Sparks flying on the back straightaway. Works the bottom side of the speedway, but not enough. Kate Nelson now with 2 laps to go. Still yet any of the 2 drivers to pass the 42 of Patrick Kolechka, that next slowest lap car. This time by, we'll see 1 more trip around the Cedar Lake Speedway for the 44 of Kate Nelson and the number 8 of Matthew Larson. Larson getting closer to the 44. This is the final lap. Kate Nelson has the race lead. Matthew Larson in second. Nelson trapped behind the slower car, the 42 of Patrick Kolechka, but it does not seem to matter. Kate Nelson will take home the feature win. Matthew Larson in second, and now at the start-finish line, Ressy comes home third. Mitchell Fensky in fourth, and Josh Wallstrom with a 5th place finish.
Matthew's second place sucks, but it was a great race out front with Cade.
Yeah, it was a good race. We went back and forth with sliders for a little bit, and I didn't know if I'd clear him on the last one I threw on him, but I figured even if I don't, I'll have the run off the corner. And, you know, I tried to do the best I could in lap traffic, and man, just lap traffic can really kill you here whenever there's too many cars on track. Like, I mean, not even just too many cars, there's so many cars grouped up like that. It really can hurt you, and especially when there's just only a top. I mean, and that's what sucks about this USRA class going out so early, especially here, is there's just, usually it's just a top or just a bottom, and it's kind of hard to race sometimes, but I think we made the most of the track, and I tried the bottom a few times in lap traffic and let Cade get around me when I did that, and just a mistake that I made, and can't really blame anyone but myself for that.
And, you kind of you look back on that race and think, man, if I wouldn't have gone to the bottom and just followed the car in front of me, if it would have been any different, do you think it could have been any different that way?
Maybe. I think that Cade would have tried to throw something, and I definitely think that it might have stuck. It might not have been the cleanest move, but it definitely would have stuck with the way the track was. I mean, he could have threw some. I could have done something different with the car in front of me. And, I mean, some of those lap cars just come from the bottom to the top of the straightaway, and you have no clue what they're going to do sometimes. So you just got to do whatever you can to get around them. And sometimes lap traffic can lose you a few races every here and there. So that was one of them.
And now going forward here, where can we watch you next week?
Kind of depends where I go. Probably Eagle Valley on Friday, and then we're going to see what happens on Saturday. Maybe I'll go race a Super somewhere.
Matthew Larson comes home with a solid second place tonight here on Dash Night number 3 at Cedar Lake.
Kevko has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevko prides itself on being American-made. Kevko has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.